It's fucking cold, man.
God damn it. It's goddamn Texas. I don't like it.
It is also 40 fucking degrees outside. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Why does your car smell like burn?
That's just the heater. It doesn't give. Are you okay?
It is like fucking nasty.
I'm sorry, it's
Oh
giving you
my God.
emphysema. No,
Oh,
my
Jesus
car
Christ.
always smells like that when the heater's on. Just one of the many things that is wrong with this car. Although
Fucking door handle gone.
the door handle, the
Oh.
back suspension, the hole with the AC, the radio used to not work. That sucks, but then I got it fixed.
That
So
works.
yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Draft House Drive. We're gonna go
Yay.
see Fantastic Beasts
And where to
and
find
where
them.
to find them. Yay!
Yes.
It's the first Harry Potter movie since the last one came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real good estimation on time. Do you remember when the last one came out?
When the last one came out, July of 2011. I remember that because I went to the midnight premiere, and it was undoubtedly one of the best nights of my life.
Did you see Star Wars Episode 7 on opening weekend?
Yes, I did.
Did you see it at the Draft House?
No, I did not. I'm assuming it doesn't compare.
It was amazing.
Okay,
we
okay.
sang the 20th Century Fox theme before the freaking movie started.
Okay, but literally everyone that went to the premiere, not everyone, but like a good, I'd say 75% of them were all in costume.
Star Wars or Harry
Harry
Potter?
Potter, yeah. They were all in costume. There was a guy who even took branches, stuffed it into his shirt, and then called himself the Whomping Willow. That was amazing.
That's dope.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, okay, so I can tell you are a very
Potterhead.
Potterhead, yeah.
Yes, I am. I love Harry Potter.
See, I read the books
Mm-hmm.
and I watched the movies.
Okay.
And that's the extent of my Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is for me. I read the books, saw the movies. I got into Pottermore a little bit when it first came out.
I never did that.
But then I realized it was more like learning about backstory.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like a game, but it was really more learning about backstory of how the book was written, and I was just like, this doesn't interest me as much anymore. What else? I had one of the Harry Potter video games for Nintendo DS.
I didn't have any of the video games. I did read the extra book, the Tales of Beetle Bard, but
Oh, okay. I know.
one
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have yet to read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and I really want to read that. I'm going to add that to my list.
I haven't because I heard that it's okay.
You heard that it's okay? Well, yeah, because it's based off a screenplay.
I know,
I'm
and it
mistaken.
wasn't really written
yeah.
by Rowling.
Yeah, so obvious, and plus after what was it, a 5-year gap between the last Harry Potter movie and I think, God, what is it? I think the 7th book came out when we were in 5th grade or something.
The 7th book came out when we were in 5th or 4th grade. I remember that.
That's I don't even know what year that was. That's a
long time ago.
That was probably a good 10 years.
A long time ago.
So we.
Yeah, it was probably
that
about
was
10 years.
10
Yeah,
years.
'cause we're sophomore year.
So 10 years from the last Harry Potter book, it's obviously not gonna match the
Well,
level.
no, I heard that even then it didn't even I heard there was no bueno.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna read it just because.
Yeah, it's understandable
Yeah.
because from what I saw, the play format didn't really bother a lot of people,
Okay.
but just the plot.
The plot. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Also, in addition to all things Harry Potter, I'm gonna say this once,
Yeah.
and then maybe not again, depending on how you feel about it.
Okay.
There is a theater group called Star Kid, right?
Yeah.
When they initially started out, they were known as Star Kid Potter.
Yeah.
They're a theater group based in Ann Arbor, Michigan, or they were based in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I think they're now in Chicago.
Yeah.
Or they were in Chicago. I don't know where they are now. But back in the early days of YouTube, they released a Very Potter musical, right?
Is that the one Potter Puppet Pals?
No, it is not the same
No?
thing. No, it is they made a legit musical around Harry Potter
Instead
right?
of the Potter, the puppet thingy?
That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like a live action.
That's why I said
theater.
instead of the puppet.
Yeah, it's instead of the thing. Yeah. It's a live action theater thing, and they made a Harry Potter, a Very Potter musical. They made then they had another play that they made, and then they had a Harry Potter sequel, and then a couple more plays, and then I think a couple years ago they released a Harry Potter senior year.
Yeah.
And oh man, those those things gave me so much joy. I loved those things.
So they're good.
They're like plays. They're musicals.
Yeah.
So like imagine Hamilton, but like for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And they are very good in my opinion. It's very funny. Like it's there's a lot of comedy in it. It's and so I used to be obsessed with it, and it was good. Ooh.
So here's one question I was gonna ask. So
Okay.
with the movies, most people watch them as they like came out.
Okay.
You did the same, right?
Because
Maybe the first one you didn't watch in theaters because we were like really young.
I
when
remember
that came out.
I remember the very, very first one that I ever saw in theaters was actually the sixth one. Like that's the very
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the very first one that I distinctly remember going to like a movie theater and then watching.
I know that I saw the second and the third one in theaters. The first one is a maybe.
Okay, because I really didn't get into Harry Potter until elementary school. Like I remember.
Well, the sixth one was like middle school.
Like when the books and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Like the books and like getting into the movies. I didn't really start getting into that until middle school.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of started learning and reading about it. I don't remember exactly what the order was. I think when it comes to the order, I remember I definitely read the seventh book before the last two movies. I remember reading the sixth book before the sixth movie.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen all the other movies after, before I'd read the books.
Okay.
So, I'm not entirely sure what the chronological order of how I discovered it was.
I know for a fact that I watched all of the movies. I watched them like when they came out in theaters, with the exception of the first. Like I said, with the
first one, of course.
The first one and the last one, actually. I never saw the final two in theaters. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I just watched them at home.
Huh.
Did
you just not bother?
Yeah, I didn't really care. It's just like whatever. New Harry Potter is whatever. But I know that and what's really funny about that is I didn't watch those in theaters, but I did. The sixth movie was what pushed me to read the books.
Really? It was the sixth movie?
Sixth movie, yeah, because I saw the sixth movie in theaters.
Okay.
And I started reading the books in 7th grade.
Okay.
Started and finished them in 7th grade.
Started and finished in 7th grade. Okay.
Yeah, I just can't remember if that's before or after the sixth movie came out.
I cannot for the life of me remember.
See,
I want to say it was. I don't know, because I remember, like, I genuinely don't know.
I don't remember.
Actually, I remember, I think I finished reading all the books by the time I was in 6th grade. Because I remember accidentally spoiling it for my advisory teacher, who was actually starting to read it as well. And so I remember accidentally spoiling it for him because I was talking about it with other friends, and then he was just kind of like, Casey, you know, you just ruined that for me, right?
Who was your advisory teacher?
I don't remember. He was.
Was it a bald science man?
Yes.
That's Mr. Peterson.
I don't think it was Mr. Peterson. It wasn't Mr. Peterson. I remember. Man.
Rayburn?
No, it wasn't Rayburn. It might not have been science. I don't think he was bald either. He wasn't bald either. But it was just some guy. He had like kind of a mean kind of look to his face. I don't know how to describe it. He was cool. He was chill. But then like I learned that I spoiled it for him, and I was just like, oh crap, I don't think he likes me anymore.
Yeah, see, you accidentally spoiled it for someone. I had it spoiled for myself intentionally. One of my friends who read the books, I asked them, I was like, what happens in book 7? Who dies? And then I found out, and I'm like, okay, now I can start book 7.
God, no.
See, now
that's wrong.
Now I'm completely against it. I know it's wrong.
That's so wrong.
It was a piece of shit when I was a kid. Fucking sitting there, you tell me what happened, so I don't have to do the work.
So I don't have to do the work. Oh man, that is the laziest way to ruin something for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ. I couldn't imagine doing that to any one of my friends.
Yeah.
I mean, back then I probably did do it, but then like now I would never do it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I read all the books. I think I read either the 5th or the 6th one in one day.
Seriously?
I just sat down and read the whole thing.
Oh my god. I remember I was a really, really slow reader as a kid, whereas my sister was an incredibly fast reader. So she would always finish the books before me, and then she would always taunt me with like, and then whenever she would always taunt me being like, oh yeah, by the way, spoiler alert, this happens, and then like I'd be like, God damn you, and then I'd always like cover my ears or something, trying to like protect my knowledge.
No. So obviously when we were youngins, we read the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
What was another like series that you would like, that you read a lot of when you were younger?
That I read a lot of?
That you either a book series that you just read, or one that you like kind of followed, or what?
I followed I read the Hunger Games books.
Hunger Games, yeah, a lot of people read. I read those too. A lot of people read those.
I read what was it? It was Maximum Ride. James Patterson.
See, I tried to get into that one. The only problem that I had with it was the chapters were like 2 pages long.
I actually really loved that about that.
I didn't like it.
Because I was such a slow reader, it made me feel like I was reading fast.
Yeah.
I actually loved that style and the way James Peterson, or I don't know what it's
James Patterson.
James Patterson, that's what his name is, yeah. I love the way he did that because it made me feel like I was reading faster than I actually was.
Yeah, I tried to read like the first couple books and I was like, nah.
Okay.
And I never ended up reading those. Anything else you read?
I remember, what else? Okay, alright. Just warning.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I was such a little shit in middle school.
I know what you're going to say. I know
halfway through. I know, you know it.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
The Twilight series.
Yeah, you fucking bitch.
I read the Twilight series.
All of them?
I read the first 3, and then I got like 100 pages into the 4th one, and then I just got bored.
You realize how many pages that is? That's a lot.
That's a good amount of, yeah, that's a lot of fucking pages, yeah.
Like a lot of fucking pages.
I was such a little shit, and it was because like, I don't have an excuse. I think it was because like other girls were getting into it, and I was like, oh, I want to try to convince everyone that I'm not gay by doing other things that girls do or something. I don't know. It was some weird. It was some weird mixed up psychology that made sense in my mind.
I remember because we met in middle school. I remember you liked Rebecca Black's Friday.
Yeah, no, that was.
Did you just tell me to shh?
I don't know. That was me trying to internalize my feelings and make sure to remember if I actually did like it. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, that was so dumb. And then I started to like it ironically, and then afterwards I think I just liked it. So I think that's
I
what
remember
happened.
you did that, and I actually think I remember you telling me you read Twilight.
Yeah.
God damn it.
God fuck. Oh god.
See, but I can't make fun of you because I read the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd. Ooh, how I wanted to be seen.
I don't get that.
It's pretty much Twilight, but for like emo kids. It was about this like.
It sounds very familiar to me. If I see like a picture of a cover of the book or something, I'll probably remember it.
It always had like that smiley face with like the fangs on it. It was, oh Jesus Christ, man.
It was Twilight for emo kids.
It was fucking scene as shit.
I'll have to look that up later.
It was the edgiest you could get. It was the edgiest you could get at middle school.
God damn.
Because like I was sitting there reading it, and it was pretty much about like this vampire kid who his dad's a vampire, and there's like this secret cult of vampires, and he always wears a black hoodie, and he's got like black swoosh hair, and he wants to talk to this one girl, but then he talks to another girl, and it's got romance, and I'm like, oh, this isn't Twilight. It was fucking Twilight. That's what it was.
All of this is making, like, it's like there's so much. It's like I remember this, but I don't remember.
When we get to half price books, they'll definitely have a copy.
You're gonna have to show it to me.
We'll point one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was some bad shit, man.
Okay.
Some bad shit. And then, as I said, I read Harry Potter in middle school.
Sure.
I also read The Hunger Games. Mm-hmm. What's really weird with The Hunger Games is I thought book 1 and book 2 were pretty good. I thought book 3 was fucking trash.
Yes, no, it was because I didn't know how to explain it until I heard my AP Lang teacher explain it to me, and she said it was just too political. That's what it was.
Fucking garbage.
It was too, yeah. I didn't enjoy it either. Like,
then the fucking people who are making the movies, they're like, yeah, we got to make this garbage into 2 pieces of garbage.
Everyone's doing it, so we have to do it, of course.
And that's because of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter actually had a very legitimate reason for splitting last movie.
I know they wanted to make everything. Like,
because they couldn't. I
know.
It would either be one 5-hour movie or one trash 2.5-hour movie.
But look what they did.
Yeah, they started a
the
precedent.
Hunger Games did it.
Yes.
Divergent tried to do it.
Yeah.
All these
Twilight,
fucking
of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
Twilight did it. All these teen movies are fucking like, okay, the last movie has to be split in two.
Yeah. I actually had no idea what like Harry Potter was gonna do when they said like part 1 and part 2. I didn't know that they were actually gonna like split it up into like 2 different movies.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna be like, oh, part 1 is gonna be the entire movie, and then part 2 is gonna be
Epilogue.
like this, yeah, like the same thing. Or I thought it was gonna be the same thing, but with like a little bit extra in it. I didn't know what I was expecting. I didn't know they were gonna actually split it in the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And then another series that I read was the Percy Jackson series.
Yes, I love that in like elementary school and like middle school.
I'm so pissed because when I was a youngin', when I was in the elementaries,
Sure.
the author, I think you went to the
Yes. Yes.
Rick
Riordan. He came to our elementary school.
Yeah, and I got a signed book, and I got a signed copy of Lightning Thief.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And then my asshole brother literally took scissors to it and cut up the cover.
Fuck! What?
Yeah. He was like 3. He didn't know any better, but yeah.
God
fuck,
damn.
Bitch. Cut my goddamn book up.
Your brother's a little bitch.
Yeah.
I've only had like 3 interactions with him, but he's a little bitch just because of that.
Motherfucker. God damn it.
God damn.
God damn it.
Oh
yeah.
man, that sucks.
Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
was it signed on the cover?
No, it wasn't signed on the cover. It was signed on
Okay.
the inside page, but it still fucking ruined it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, I read The Lightning Thief. What else did I... Oh, one that I read when I was a real young boy, when I was in like early elementary school. A to Z Mysteries. No, you don't remember that?
That also sounds familiar. I don't know.
It was a mystery series where all the mysteries revolved around
The
letters of the alphabet.
Okay.
There was like the jeweled jaguar.
Oh god.
And what was it? Maybe the abducted author. Maybe that was what it was.
I never read that, and
The Yellow Yacht.
That's okay.
I read all 27.
20. There are 26 letters in the alphabet.
I think I said this last time. Yeah. I think this is the second time I've messed up.
There's
how many
26 letters in the alphabet. How the fuck do you not know that? That's not even something you can mess up. That's just you either know it or you don't, and everyone knows that.
There's 26.
There's 26. Of course.
I think I confused the letters of the alphabet with the amount of days there are in February. No, because there's 28.
There's 28 days in February. What the hell is wrong with you right now? Are you okay?
No,
God, fucking.
I'm very tired.
Just turn your fucking brain on. Jesus Christ. 27 days in February. 20 what? 7. God.
27.
27 letters in the alphabet.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I read those books.
I remember, I might have mentioned this on the podcast before, I don't remember. I read Marvin Redpost as a kid, and I really loved that.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's basically just like a series of books that revolved around this one kid's life, Marvin Redpost, and
I assume it would be about the...
the thing is, I remember his last name was Redpost, but in the character in the book, at his house, like there'd be like a picket fence, and only one of the posts would be red, and then he would always like tap it for good luck, and I remember that, and I remember there were just like all kinds of like different adventures that he went on. Like the president went to his school, and he got to meet the president, and also
fuck it, why not?
He also rode his bike down Suicide Hill. He also kissed his elbow and became a girl, because that used to be a thing apparently. And he also he
kissed his elbow.
That used to be a thing in middle school where like if you kiss or lick your elbow, you become a girl.
I don't remember this.
That used to be a big thing, and like
I remember everyone saying that it was impossible, and there was one kid that could lick his elbow because he was like fucking double jointed in the shoulder and the elbow.
Yeah. No, but that was a thing like in the first elementary school where I went to. Anderson was the second one that I went to. Like in the Plano elementary school that I went to, that was like I heard that a lot.
What year did you start going to Anderson?
I started Anderson in 3rd grade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I started at first.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I heard that a lot, and I was like, oh, okay. And then there was another one where like a bolt of lightning strikes a rock, and then that rock allows the person who's holding it to grant any wish they want. And then
was that like at our school?
What do you mean?
Was that something that was told at like our school, or you
Oh, the elbow thing?
No, the
the Marvin Red
thing.
The what?
The rock thing.
No, that's like one of the adventures. That
Oh,
like, went
okay.
on.
I was like,
Yeah,
what
no,
the fuck?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, no. Marvin Red posted in one of the books.
Real fucking
he found a rock that like was struck by a bolt of lightning, and that gave him. Okay, I'm gonna cut this guy off. Here it is. Okay.
Fuck.
And he switched lanes. Okay. Damn it! I feel like a bad driver now.
Hey, fuck.
All right. There's somebody. Yeah, I gotta make another lane switch. I'm not good with switching lanes.
Neither am I.
Okay.
It gives me anxiety.
I mean, I don't really have an excuse. You've been driving for like 6 months.
Same.
Yes, okay, good. I need to, damn it, my bad driving skills. All right.
Yeah.
I crossed over a line.
For the record,
okay.
I made that noise because
We were about
he
to,
he almost missed the exit.
yeah, I almost missed the exit. Sorry about that, yeah.
It's good. Yeah, and just to say, Brett's not here because he's a bitch and he's like, I don't like fantasy.
Why the hell doesn't he
I
like...
don't understand. He refuses to watch The Lord of the Rings. He
Unacceptable.
refuses to watch Game of Thrones.
No.
He's like, I don't like fantasy. He wouldn't even play fucking Skyrim when that came out. That was fucking Skyrim.
Well, I didn't play Skyrim either. I'm not a very big gamer. So.
Yeah, see, but you're not a gamer. He's a big gamer.
That
and he's
is,
like,
yeah. It's unacceptable for him. Yeah.
Fucking make goddamn sense.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Oh man. Okay, so if I can say one more thing, we're about to come up to the theater, but I want to shift the thing back to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
One of the greatest vacations that I ever went on, freshman year, Christmas break, I went to Orlando to the Universal Studios.
Colleges or freshmen of
Freshman high school.
Okay.
I went to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, where they had the Wizarding World of Harry Potter there.
I want to go there.
Dude, it was so amazing. Like, my inner child, it's not this one, it's the next one, I think, right? My inner child came alive, and oh my god, that was such an amazing. I bought a wand for $35. And I remember back then I thought it was like a good purchase. Now I'm like, I would never buy a fucking stick for $35, even if it is shaped like the Elder Wand or whatever.
Is it the Elder Wand?
It's not the Elder Wand. It was actually Ron's wand. Yeah, I bought Ron's wand when I could have had the option to buy Harry's wand.
You fucking kidding me.
No, because the justification that I had was that I was always more like Ron than Harry. I was always kind of like the guy in the back who messes up, and although I guess that would have been Neville. I don't know. I felt really cool for buying Ron's wand instead of Harry's wand. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be a hipster and buy the non-mainstream one. So yeah. I have Ron's one. I also bought a chocolate frog. That was very good.
Yeah, I can imagine. See, if this podcast was Harry Potter characters, since we only have like 3 people in here, who do you think you would be?
Who do I think I
Who
would
do you
be?
think Brett would be, and Brett would be? No, he wouldn't be Hermione. She's too smart.
Yeah. Well, Brett is also super smart.
I know, but not on here. He's not.
No, he's not. Literally in any other context, he would be.
Yeah.
Who would? That is such a tough question.
We're all Sorcerer's Stone Nevils, I think.
Probably.
All of us. Fucking casting spells and hitting ourselves.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's pretty.
That's
accurate.
a pretty accurate way to describe it. Yeah.
And I think that's a good note to end on.
Good note to end on. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Yeah.
We'll
see you guys after the flick.
Fuck.
There.